In over 66 years of Billboard Hot 100 history, more than 30,000 songs have made the chart, but only a select few Jamaicans have ever climbed all the way to number one. And here's the shocker. Bob Marley, the face of reggae worldwide, the legend who put Jamaica on the musical map, never hit number one on the US Billboard Hot 100, not once. Today, on CaribScope Daily, we are breaking down every single Jamaican and every artist of Jamaican heritage who has ever reached number one on the Billboard Hot 100. The music, the moments, and the unstoppable Caribbean magic that carried them there. But here's the twist. We are also tackling the big question. If Jamaica birthed reggae, dancehall, and sound system culture, why isn't the island dominating the Billboard charts today? Stay locked in, because we are giving flowers to the legends who made it, while unpacking how the industry and the world has changed. And here's your question of the day. Which Jamaican artist has the most Billboard #1 hits of all time? Drop your guess in the comments. Let's see who really knows their dancehall and reggae history.
We have any Jamaican in the house? I don't me a talk about, big up on yourself, because you know I'm a proud Jamaican.
Let's start with the artists who might have been born far from Jamaica's shores, but whose blood, rhythm, and spirit still beat to the island's pulse. We begin in London, with Maxi Priest. The year was 1990, and reggae fusion had just found its global ambassador. Born in London to Jamaican parents, Maxi Priest became the first British-born reggae artist to top the US charts when Close to You soared to number one.
Here to get things started tonight, singing his #1 hit, Close to You. Please welcome Maxi Priest.
With his silky vocals and effortless mix of R&B, pop, and lovers rock, Maxi created a track that felt both romantic and revolutionary.
Attraction is where I'm at. There's no escape from me. I just wanna be close to you.
His Jamaican upbringing was always central to his artistry. You could hear the island in his rhythm, his tone, even his calm confidence. Decades later, in 2025, he was inducted into the Jamaica Music Museum Hall of Fame, sealing his legacy as one of reggae fusion's greatest exports.
What's up, everybody? It's Maxi Priest, and yes, I am here to receive an award from the Reggae Gold Awards.
And while Maxi was serenading the world, another legend was rising from Brooklyn with deep Caribbean bloodlines. Christopher Wallace, or as the world knows him, Biggie Smalls, embodied the swagger of New York hip-hop, but his roots trace directly to Trelawney, Jamaica, through his mother, Voletta Wallace. Biggie hit number one twice posthumously in 1997, Hypnotize and Mo Money Mo Problems.
Cars are still leaving you on the exit. Condo paid for, no car payment. Be that, catch a seat at all events bent. Jackson, holsters, girl.
Those hits didn't just crown him king of rap, they showed the world how Jamaican grit and Brooklyn flow could blend to create immortality. But the 2000s brought a whole new generation of artists with island blood and Billboard ambition. Here's where the story gets spicy.
Growing up in Washington Heights, we were like the only Jamaican family up there because it was full of Dominican people. When I was around, I think 9 years old, my mother, this is the first time I remember actually meeting my father. She had 2 turntables and a DJ mixer.
Born to Jamaican parents in New York, Mims exploded onto the scene with This Is Why I'm Hot.
This is why I'm hot. Hey, this is why I'm hot. Hey, this is why.
It catapulted from number 32 to number one in a single week, one of the fastest climbs in Billboard history. The beat was minimal, the hook hypnotic, and the swagger? Straight from Kingston's sound systems.
And I remember tugging on my mom saying, what is that? What is that? And, you know, I gravitated to the turntables. And fast forward, I think like literally the year that my mother passed away, as a birthday present, she bought me 2 turntables and a mixer. The unknown of who my father was and what he did, it kind of left me wondering what he did. So I kind of adapted to DJing because of that. And then the second thing was right when my mother passed away, I kind of dived into music. That was like my refuge. That was where I went to get away from all the noise and all the negative things that were going on in my life.
And when Mims dropped the remix featuring Baby Sham and Junior Reid, Jamaica officially took back its seat at the table. Suddenly, dancehall-inspired beats dominated clubs again. The tracks seeped into fashion shows, sports arenas, and even film soundtracks. A reminder that Jamaican rhythm has a habit of sneaking into global culture whether the charts invite it or not. Then came the sunshine voice of Sean Kingston, a teenager who bridged reggae with pop simplicity. Born in Miami, raised in Jamaica, Kingston brought a breezy innocence to beautiful girls. Sampling Ben E. King's Stand By Me, he held the Billboard crown for 4 weeks, the youngest Jamaican-rooted artist to ever do so. His lineage connects directly to reggae royalty, as his grandfather was the legendary producer Jack Ruby.
It's in your blood. Your grandfather was a producer for Bob Marley.
Yeah, he did Bob Marley, Get Up, Stand Up. He did a lot of other hits for, a lot of other dudes like Burning Spears, Dennis Brown, so it's in my blood.
Kingston proved that Jamaican creativity wasn't limited to one sound. It could be romantic, youthful, and effortlessly international.
17 years old, Beautiful Girls, #1 most played song on radio, #1 ringtone in the country for 3 weeks, #1 video on iTunes, #1 song on AOL Music, #1 song on Yahoo Music. You're the #1 artist on MySpace for 6 weeks.
Artist.
If you're feeling proud right now, drop Yard Hits in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed, because the next names on this list came straight from Jamaica and made the world dance to their rhythm. To understand Billboard history, you have to travel back to the 1970s, a golden decade for experimentation, when one Jamaican's quirky studio jam became a global sensation. Born in Kingston, Carl Douglas didn't set out to make history. He just recorded a fun disco track celebrating the era's martial arts craze.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast.
But Kung Fu Fighting struck gold, selling over 11 million copies and topping charts in 16 countries. Carl became the first Jamaican-born artist to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, a true pioneer who proved that Jamaica's creative spirit could transcend any genre. Fast forward 2 decades, and Jamaica would once again shake the world, this time with the raw, unfiltered energy of dancehall. When I Kamoze Here Comes the Hot Stepper hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in December 1994, it wasn't just another chart-topping single. It was a historic breakthrough for dancehall. For the first time, the raw energy of Jamaica's dancehall scene had climbed to the very top of the US charts, proving that the sound born in Kingston streets could dominate the global mainstream. The track's hypnotic hook, borrowed from Land of 1000 Dances, became instantly recognizable worldwide. Produced by Salam Remy, the song fused funk, hip-hop, and dancehall into a hybrid that felt fresh, rebellious, and undeniably Jamaican. It wasn't just a hit, it was a blueprint for crossover success, showing record labels that dancehall rhythms could sell millions. The single stayed on the chart for 30 weeks, topped charts in multiple countries, and became a staple in films, commercials, and fashion shows. Its success opened doors for future Jamaican acts, laying the groundwork for Shaggy and Sean Paul to storm the charts in the 2000s. In essence, I Kamoze didn't just score a #1, he made dancehall a global language. And for a moment, Jamaica was the epicenter of pop culture.
Now my man Kamoze came all the way from Kingston, Jamaica, just to rock the Apollo for y'all. But he wanna know if y'all ready or not. So I want y'all to say this. Come on, say say Kamoze.
Now, here's where the conversation about dominance truly begins. If I Kamoze cracked the door open, Sean Paul kicked it off the hinges. From 2003 to 2016, Sean Paul delivered one of the most dominant Billboard runs by any Caribbean artist in history. Get Busy, 2003, his breakout solo hit, a dancehall anthem that topped the Hot 100 for a week and introduced mainstream America to the Diwali rhythm. Baby Boy, 2003, a collaboration with Beyoncé that stayed at #1 for 5 weeks, cementing Sean Paul as a household name. Temperature, 2006, a solo smash that topped the chart for 2 weeks, becoming one of the most streamed and replayed dancehall tracks of the digital era. Cheap Thrills, 2016, a collaboration with Sia that gave Sean Paul his 4th #1, proving his longevity and adaptability in the streaming age. Sean Paul's run wasn't just about chart positions. His music redefined dancehall's global image, making it club-ready, radio-friendly, and festival-dominant. He became the face of Jamaican music worldwide, performing on every continent, collaborating with pop stars, and keeping dancehall in heavy rotation on American radio for over a decade. His consistency turned him into the most Billboard-decorated Jamaican artist ever, with 4 #1 hits and nearly 20 Hot 100 entries. And yes, that's the answer to today's question of the day. Sean Paul's impact is still felt today. He showed that dancehall could be both authentic and commercial, both street and stadium, and his run remains unmatched in Caribbean music history.
My next guest comes to us from Jamaica. He's here with a song from his new album, Dirty Rock. Please give a nice welcome to Sean Paul.
Jordy and Rebecca, woman get busy. Just say that booty not stop when the beat drop. Just keep singing it.
Before Sean Paul's run, there was Shaggy, Kingston-born, Brooklyn-raised, and a master of crossover appeal. In 2001, he gave us 2 back-to-back #1 hits, It Wasn't Me and Angel. Both became cultural phenomena, topping charts and saturating MTV and radio alike. Shaggy's album Hot Shot sold over 10 million copies, and he became the first Jamaican artist to dominate the Billboard Hot 100 twice in 1 year. His blend of humor and Caribbean charisma made him impossible to ignore. And yes, it's still debatable whether It Wasn't Me was a confession or a cautionary tale, but it's definitely one of the catchiest.
And the winner is Shaggy. Shaggy's album, Hot Shot, was
the youngest member of this elite club, Omi, born in Clarendon. His song Cheerleader was originally recorded in 2012, but became a worldwide hit after the Felix Jane remix in 2015. It topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 6 non-consecutive weeks and earned over 1 billion streams on Spotify. It was light, tropical, and effortlessly positive, a sound that felt like summer itself.
You're very successful with your music, as I mentioned before, especially with the song Cheerleader. It makes damn good mood. I'm in a good mood because of the song. I was listening it again and again.
Omi's success reminded the world that Jamaican artists could still rule the charts in the streaming era, proving that feel-good music never goes out of style. But let's face it, the question everybody keeps asking is, why aren't Jamaican artists dominating the charts anymore? The influence is still massive. You hear traces of Jamaica everywhere, in Afrobeats, reggaeton, and even in UK drill. Yet, when you look at Billboard or Spotify's global charts, our names are too often missing from the very top. From my perspective, it's not about talent. Jamaica's got that in endless supply. The real issue might be the direction of the music. Too much of what's coming out now sounds like a copy of American trap, dark, repetitive, and lacking the unique flavor that once made dancehall and reggae stand apart. Somewhere along the line, the focus shifted from soul and story to shock and streams.
Crazy.
And in that race to fit in, too many tracks lost the originality that made the world fall in love with Jamaica's sound in the first place. Maybe what we need isn't more trap beats, but a return to authentic rhythms, creativity, and that raw yard energy that inspired entire genres across continents. Because the truth is, the world hasn't moved on from Jamaica's sound. It's just waiting for Jamaica to reclaim it.